go. July 17th, 2016. Undead from Cleveland, you're listening to Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
Brian Baird.
And Don Anderson.
Hooray. Larry will join us here shortly. We started about 5 minutes early.
Yeah, that's it, huh?
There's a YouTube, or Alexa was asking if there will be a YouTube stream tonight. There is going to be a YouTube stream. It doesn't have Flash, so you can't watch on Twitch. I don't know why the,
Yeah.
the
You know why it
Flash
doesn't work?
and not the HTML5 on the Twitch. I have no answer for that. But what I do have is the top 20 titles of the week drinking game. So basically, this is what we do. We list off the top 20 titles off Amazon for the week, and then we
Talk about it.
if we list off something that's not a game, then you got to drink. That's the rule. This week I'm drinking Diet Sunkissed. It has no alcohol in it because I have to work in the morning, unlike some people out there who can just fucking get drunk and not have to go to work.
Whatever they want. Like we used to when we were young. Those days are over.
I don't think I ever drank on a Sunday to
I did.
No, you were
annihilation.
I was gonna say, remember that party I had at my parents' house, but I don't want to talk about that too loud because they might hear me.
Yeah.
Ground you. Might
You
get
just
grounded.
Yeah, right. Kick me out. All right, that's it. You're done. Heard enough of your partying wheeze.
We knew about that.
I think they did because we videotaped like half of it.
They have like a journal. They keep entries, unsolved mysteries of the house.
Right.
Larry's here. Larry, we already started.
And Larry Madden.
Number 20. Why is there a picture of some guy on Larry's wall? It's weird. Pokemon Blue version for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. So, that's probably to be expected since everybody's playing that Pokemon Go. Except me. I'm not going to play it because...
Nobody in my house is. We talked about it. It was just like, nah, that means we have to go outside.
I'm not too good for it or anything. I'm just like I don't need more game in my life. It'll be too much. I might revisit that at some point when I've got no games to play and I just am holding my phone.
They'll all be found.
But yeah, I don't need it right now. I just don't. Number 19, NBA 2K17 Legends Gold for the Xbox One. Number 18, Pokemon White version 2 for the Nintendo DS. That's up 48% this week. Number 17, Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox One. Now $12, up 50% this week. Number 16, Wii Sports for the Wii. I never understand why that's on the chart because... doesn't that just come with the Wii? I guess there's those people out there that bought the Mario Kart Wii. But I mean, come on. You can't get... this thing's $31. You can't borrow somebody's Wii Sports at this point. It's up 52% this week. I mean, nobody's playing it. You know, you could be like, can I borrow your Wii Sports? They go blow the dust off. You know. I have 2 copies of Wii Sports. And I have that Wii Sports Plus. I think I played Wii Sports Plus one time. Once. And I don't think I played all the sports on it, too. I said, oh, this is just like Wii Sports, except there's extra stuff. And I'm not playing any of it. Number 15, the Hyperkin PS1 memory card. That's a drink. That's a PlayStation 1 memory card with a whole 1 megabyte of RAM on it for $5. That is a drink right there. It's up 56% this week. Larry, what are you drinking?
This week we are going with the Duclaw Brewing Company. Oh wait, there. Sweet Baby Jesus Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter.
Oh my God, that can't be good.
So, well, we're about to find out. I just cracked it open. I was having some technical difficulties, couldn't hear or speak. So here we go, everybody. Stand by.
Is that a winking lizard bottom of the cooler beer? Basically,
yeah, Winky Lizard Beer Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, though. It's beer and chocolate and peanut butter. What could possibly go wrong? It's got a nice, deep aroma to it. I can tell you that. Here we go. First sip. Let's see what we got.
You put your beer in my peanut butter. You put your peanut butter in my beer.
That's the first thing I thought of.
It's I have had worse. We'll leave it at that. It's like not. I mean, like I'm not a
vote of confidence there.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge porter guy. As porters go, this actually isn't bad.
I'm not sure what a porter is.
I like porterhouse.
Steak.
I'll take a nice porterhouse too.
Oddly, that's always what I think of too. Since somebody says that, it's like
I meant the porterhouse.
steak.
I wasn't thinking about the steak. I was thinking of the house.
You want to go hang out
Porter
at the
Road,
house?
Salt
It smells
High,
like fun.
man with the green eyes.
It's gonna get you.
It'll chase you down.
Number 14, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for the Xbox 360. It's up 56% this week. I know, it's like we're going back in time with all these old games on the list. But there was a big Amazon sale this week, so I guess people were gathering up their garbage. 360 was $6 for this game. Satyricon is what we're listening
Yeah, I know. I know who the hell they are.
It's their new album, Nemesis.
God, they're still together.
Nemesis Diving. Number 13, 3-piece Silvertone black plastic stylus for the Nintendo DS.
Drink.
Can't write down
Totally a
business.
drink. Yeah, this is burps at the end of his own song.
I actually like Satyricon. Just crazy fucking.
I hear you. Just not over a headset. I got you. Number 12, Insten headset headphone with mic. It's a headset. Drink for the 360. It's up 60% this week. Number 11, Watch Dogs for the PlayStation 4. Donnie, you're drinking water, aren't you?
Yep, man, I got water and a Coke. I got
Wow.
two beverages.
Giving your liver a break this week.
Living
Pure
hardcore over here.
Pure Coke drink. Number 10, the Nintendo NFC reader-writer accessory. I have no idea what that is. I think it's just for what you stick your Mead plastic toys on. Drink.
Sounds like a drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
drink. Brian, are you drinking anything this week?
I've got that Arizona iced tea watermelon.
Cup of coffee?
No.
How is that Arizona iced tea watermelon? It doesn't sound healthy. That sounds like it's got a lot of calories.
Motherfucker, I want something healthy. 47, dude. It's got to end.
Just saying. Number 9, new interchangeable power charging adapter for the, I don't know, Nintendo something, the Wii. $10. That's a drink. Number 8, PlayStation Silver wired stereo headset. Up 88% this week. Also a drink.
Also a drink.
All right, hold on.
Number 7, Pokemon Y for the 3DS. Why? Because we like it. Number 6, the Nintendo Pro Controller Black Edition for the Nintendo Wii U. That's a drink.
As a drink.
And that's the final drink. Number 5 is the King of Fighters 14 Fight Premium for the PlayStation 4. Comes out August 23rd. Number 4 is Pokemon Omega Ruby for the Nintendo 3DS. Number 3 is Pokemon X for the 3DS. Number 2 is Gears of War Ultimate Edition and Rare Replay for Xbox. They're bundled together, I guess, for $27. It's up 1,040%. And number 1, Hitman 4 for the... Or, no, excuse me, back it up. Hitman for the PlayStation 4. Which is up 5,934% this week. So that's your top 20 titles of the week. I'm going to turn Satyricon down because it's a little loud.
Well, why?
It's a little loud.
Are they?
They're light rock.
Yeah, they are light rock. Smooth jazz with Satyricon. Not a lot of games this week for some reason. Maybe because it's July, but The only releases we have is on Thursday. And for multi-platform, we have, again, I'm not making this stuff up, in case of emergency, release Raptor. And for PlayStation Vita, I can never pronounce Y and the letter S right after it. Is that Yiz? Yiz 7 Lacrimosa of Dana.
Drink.
Yeah, probably.
Lacrimosa of Dana?
Yep, Lacrimosa of Dana.
Don't we know a Dana?
Dana Boza?
Yeah.
He goes by Dan.
It's his game.
Red-headed swordsman Adol returns in the 8th entry in Falcom's long-running action RPG series, where he shares the leading role with a blue-haired woman named Dana.
Hello, I'm Dana.
It's
I'm
the
blue.
8th entry in the Yiz. I have no idea how to say it. I don't know. It's like that last name that people have that's just N and G.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like saying NTH. That's taking that to the nth degree.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate it.
You should. It hates you.
It does.
Let's do the Steam Top 10
Totally.
real quick. Number 10 is Necropolis, a diabolical dungeon delve.
Song by Ringworm.
Number 9, Raw Data. Number 8, Total War Warhammer. Number 7, No Man's Sky. Number 6, Inside. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. Notice it's not number 1 this week. Number 4 is RimWorld. It's a bad name for a game.
Just give me a copy of that.
Bunch of fucking car rims. You just go in there and try to pick out something for a car.
Yeah. Well,
That too. Number 3, Dead by Daylight. Number 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And number 1, Arma 3 Apex. That's your Steam Top 10 this week. Okay, let's catch up with everybody. Brian, tell us how the week went and what you're playing.
Actually, 2 weeks. Well, game-wise, I'll just jump right into that real quick for our tens of listeners. Still playing Witcher 3. Because that game goes on for fucking ever. Trying to get in every chick's pants that I run across because they're all just amazingly well done.
It is a good game.
I haven't even gotten to... There's 2 expansions. I haven't
No, I haven't done
remotely
those either.
come close to getting that far ahead. I'm like level 19, and I'm like going, oh my god. They're like talking about when you get to be level 30. I'm like, oh, Christ. And I was telling my brother earlier that for those who remember on Steam, they had Battlefleet Gothic, which is the tactical star or space fleet battle RTS. Well, they released the app Battlefleet Leviathan, which is not nearly as complicated nor are the graphics nearly as good. But I gotta be honest, it's not a bad time sink. It's just that you're talking about basically it's an RTS. I'm sorry, it's not RTS. It's a turn-based strategy. But we're talking about combat in space. But the ships fight like they have, like old sailing vessels. Broadsides. It's just that you can actually some of your ships can launch fighters. You got various super powerful weapons, and you have to control your fleet the entire time. While you're trying to take apart your enemies. And the thing I enjoyed about that, I think it was like maybe $6 or $7. And that's not bad, because most Warhammer games start off like $2 to $3, and then they want constant fucking cash out of you. Like, well, if you buy this, it's like, no, thank you, no. So, as I've mentioned many times in the show over the past year and a half, we're being bought out by Ryder, and that day is now upon us. Yeah. So the people from Ryder came in, actually one woman came in, and
So what the fuck is this? Yeah, fired.
Who are you people? Why are you here?
Baird, get in here.
You're done.
So I went in to talk with her, and I told her, look, I'm still working on getting my citizenship. I sent them everything they could possibly use. There's no more excuses they have to. She's like, we're not worried about that. That's fine. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't have my hazmat endorsement. She's like, that's okay. Just, how many years you been here? I'm like, a little over 20. She's like, anything over 10, you're pretty much guaranteed. I'm like, I have a prescription for adults. She's like, you have the prescription? I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, okay, so what's the bad news? Well, the bad news is you're making 49.5 cents a mile. We're shooting for 47.5.
Okay. It's not terrible.
That's
but-
it. Everything else is the same. I'm like, everything. It's like your seniority, your vacations, everything stays the same. Like it's still negotiations, but for now, that's it. Except the only thing that she goes, that's the bad news. The good news is our insurance is better than yours. So there you go. And I'm like, oh. She goes, here's the. You can go online, fill out the. You got to put in an application. You have to do a drug screen. Just let them know that in case there's anything that comes up, and that's it. I'm like, I was expecting like candles, something out of like Eyes Wide Shut. Some dude in a chair going, come forward and take off your mask. It's not my mask. Take it off. It's my face. Take it.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, pretty much. And it was very laid back. The only thing that was kind of weird was the chick that was talking to me. It just sort of threw me off a bit because she sounded like she sounded like somebody who
Had killed people.
doesn't actually like she can't like a deaf person that learned how to speak by being taught how to talk. Yeah, pretty much. Like it was just like like I could she's fully understandable, but it was just like I wanted to ask her. Of course I didn't. I kept my fucking mouth shut. But
Excuse me, miss. Are you like fucked up or something? Like,
yeah, I wanted the job. I'm just a little less on my.
Wait, are you retarded? Are you retarded? I'm not working here.
Yeah, because I can't work for nobody.
Yeah,
can you actually make these decisions, or are you like a T-Rard on some sort of outreach program, and you're just supposed to be watching? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
So
No,
did
I am your boss, man.
Did she lowball everybody a few cents off of what they make so that way
Everybody, they're still negotiating with our union guys because
she was obviously afraid of you because she probably took a nickel.
We're
from
not
other
gonna,
people.
we're not gonna work for peanuts doing the same fucking job. That's ridiculous. And they're like, well, we really don't expect you to. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
Is that what you said?
I wasn't
ridiculous. I'm not working for peanuts, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You're working for peanuts. In fact, you're going to get the shittiest peanuts we can find, and you're going to eat them.
Does Charlie Brown know?
These nuts. So apparently, I am going to be employed with these guys, and very little so far. It always you get told these things. It always reminds you of some like. Remember when they talked about colonial marines, aliens? This is a video game show. I thought I might bring that up.
Sure.
And you know how excited everybody got, and they said, "Oh, look, the actual actors from the movie can do voice. Oh my God, it looks good." And here's video footage. And oh yeah. Then we got the game. You're like, "What the fuck is this? What is this?"
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
It was really bad.
I don't think I've ever played it, but
And you probably never will.
I don't think anybody ever played it.
I do have the other one that's really good though.
Which one was that?
Alien. What is it?
Oh, Isolation.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's fucking creepy as shit.
Alien versus Predator, the stand-up arcade game.
I was no good at that.
Let
Those are
me see.
quarter
Otherwise, my life has pretty much been, not going out doing much. I was going to do the show last week, and I just I got nothing to talk about. I'm fucking tired. It's summertime. I'm bored. I don't want to feel like I just don't feel like doing it. I had no real excuse. Just fuck it.
It's fine.
That was my excuse. But that's my excuse for everything in life. It's just fuck it. Let me see. Today I went grocery shopping. It was really fucking hot and muggy out. And I guess I could bring this up for those of our listeners who are not from the Ohio area or don't listen to watch the news. The Republican National Convention's going on here in Cleveland, and they have so many fucking cops downtown. And not just Ohio cops. You got Indiana cops. You got cops from fucking everywhere. And I'm like, what are they expecting? I mean, come on. It's just dudes. I mean, just what the fuck? My friend Jenny fucking posted that picture of snipers up on the roof of the buildings. I'm like, wouldn't it be more effective if you couldn't see them? Because they're snipers. I mean, now you know where they are. It's fucking hell. They got them and the Hell's Angels. Apparently, the Hell's Angels are going to help protect, everybody. And I'm like going, what are they? What's happening? It's only a week.
Yeah, everyone is convinced that it's going to be like Armageddon.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that some of our friends online are sitting there posting like, people want to avoid downtown because with open carry. Because I'm like going, dude, it's July in Cleveland. Have you forgotten what July in Cleveland's like? It's hot as fuck.
Yeah, no one's going downtown.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Although, meanwhile, because all the cops are up there, like you, as soon as the show's over, I'm just gonna go out and start looting throughout the suburbs because all the cops are up in downtown.
I'm thinking like, because those cops, got killed in Louisiana. I have no idea what the fuck that was about. I just kind of woke up like, oh, more shooting. All right. Sorry they're dead. I mean, that sucks. And I'm like, well, they probably got away with some of that because all the rest of the cops are up here. It's like, what the fuck, man? There's just 5 billion goddamn cops running around out here. But I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm kind of hoping that things don't get really wonky. I mean, we just won our first championship. Could people just not?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Maybe let us just revel for maybe a year before you start blowing us the fuck up, or
Yeah, but the fact that we won a championship means it is the end times.
It is. I know. I'm just sort of hoping that it wouldn't be, but it's foolish. I should have known immediately that it was just going to be a problem. As soon as we won something, like, man, you know what that means? It's just going to be bullshit. It's just going to be nonstop. People freaking out and blowing shit up and just hating us. And I don't know what to tell. I'm just babbling. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much my week.
Okay, Anderson,
Huh.
how was your week?
Oh. I don't know. I think it was all right. I handled it. I took care of it. Had some work to do. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing exciting. I went out today. Sophie and I went out today. And I was at Walmart. And they had some stuff. They had, like, what was it? Transformers Revenge of the Fallen or whatever that one movie was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had, like, the double disc set for $1.
Oh,
So
nice.
I was like, well, I didn't really like it, but for $1,
But for $1, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. And then they had like an NHL 2012 for $1. So I was like, I'll take that. Why not? I'll play an old game for $1, brand new. And then they had the Guitar Hero version of Van Halen for $1. And I was like, hey, I'll take that, because I used to play the PS2
I used to
version.
play the Van Halen.
Huh? I used to play the Guitar Hero version
Classic.
PS2 with my controller, and I never used the guitar because I didn't have one. And so I was like, well, hey, Guitar Hero, I can play that on my controller, so I brought it home. And I don't know how to work that stupid thing, because like you play one player career mode, and you're the singer, and they want me to sing into like a microphone, and I'm looking at the thing, I'm looking at the box, and it says Guitar Hero, and I say Guitar Hero, but I gotta sing. So
Imagine your parents fucking listening to you belting out fucking Van Halen.
right, it's like number one, I didn't buy it to sing. I bought it to play Guitar Hero, like to play the guitar parts, so I could sit here and whatever, just waste time, because it's not even a great, Guitar Hero is not the greatest game in the world or whatever, but it's just something to do, and for $1, why not, right? And then I got Sophie sitting here going, ha ha, laughing at me. She's like,
You're
oh,
pressure from your own
It's like-
kid. It's awesome.
she's like, this is horrible. I told you it was no good. Blah 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 blah. So to add on to that, she's playing Skyrim
Oh, God.
more than me, right? Because I don't know, because I don't. And I got it into third person and stuff. Like Kevin helped me out. He told me about it. So I started playing it in third person mode, which I like better. And now I got her standing next to me, just laughing me, mocking me like you're going the wrong way. Don't talk to that dude.
That's awesome.
Don't waste your time. Why are you listening to these people? And it's just like, shut up! Like, I'm trying to play this game. Shut up! So then
Is that
eventually I
her
just like,
mother's influence, you think?
Huh?
Is that
Yeah.
her mother's influence? Causing
gotta be. It's gotta be. So eventually I just shut it off and throw the controller at her, and I just start playing colors.
Turn head. Blook. Ah.
I just go to my Kindle and play Color Switch all day. And that's So I got a couple games for $1. I got a movie for $1. and so far they're all pretty much useless. But hey, it was $3 well spent, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, other than that,
Okay. Larry,
that's it.
how was your week?
Hear the rest I'm tumbling from.
Better than last week?
What's that?
Was your week better than last week?
No.
Well, what happened last week?
Oh, you missed it.
Ballad
Yeah.
of Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I don't think life will ever be good again. So
When did it ever start being good for you? Come on.
I
Someone
thought
could-
child support's going down.
someone could just end it. That'd be great.
I think his child support went up.
No, I'm saying mine. I
Oh.
forgot about that. Speaking of talking about Larry reminded
Never
me.
mind Larry's life. Let's get back to Donnie's.
Yeah,
That's great. My child support went down. Hey, I'm better than Larry.
most people are. So let's see. This week. So Monday I went to court for the whole child support thing. Okay, so in the past we did episodes of Midwest Wasteland where we would talk about picking a career or your finances. We've tried to give the listeners some insight, pro tips from us, because over the course of our
What
lives,
not to do.
Yeah.
between the four of us, well, between me and
You
Donnie,
can assemble into a really fucked up robot.
because Kevin and Brian have lived the fucking life of Riley, but between Donnie and I, we have seen every permutation of life fucking you in the ass.
Yes.
So
As is right and proper.
we can pretty much tell you how to
Right.
avoid some of the fuckery. So yeah. So rule number 1: the absolute worst thing that you can ever do in life is follow the rules and try to live your life the right way.
Because you get fucked.
Because if
Fuck you in the drive-thru, man.
if you ignore the government, refuse to pay your taxes, refuse to pay child support, quit your job as soon as they find you, and just keep dicking around being a fucking prick, there's very little that they are inclined to do to you. As soon as you actually put in the paperwork saying, okay, government, let's do this the right way, they're like, aha, you motherfucker, we got you. So,
Man.
so for instance, my city taxes, because I filed city taxes, they're
Oh
like,
my God.
aha, now we know where you're at. You didn't file all these other years.
The Johnny pile begins.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been there. I know what you're talking about.
Which, by the way, we never told you owed us for, because I was working from home, so I was earning it in the city where I was residing. They're like, no. All this money for the last 5 years that we never told you owe, not only do you owe it, but obviously there's interest, because it's like, well, then why did you tell me now? Why did you wait 10 more years, let 10 more years of interest add up onto that, and then throw it at me?
Agreed.
So anyway, that's one example. So I went to court Monday because in about a week and a half, my older daughter turns 18, and so we have to recalculate for my younger daughter. So I show up and I got my 6 months worth of pay stubs, 3 years worth of tax returns. I got all the health insurance stuff. I'm fucking nerdy dude with the whole binder of numbers, and I'm ready to go. My ex-wife doesn't show up, and so I'm sitting there with the magistrate, and we're talking, and she's like,
Did he have his
"Okay,
wig?
huh?
His wig. Was he wearing his wig?
Magistrate.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I didn't get the joke because I'm pissed about
It's okay.
stuff.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because he's trying to be serious, Brian.
Yeah,
I
damn
know. I'm stupid.
I'm helping our listeners.
This is their favorite part.
Yeah, so for our listeners, if ever your girlfriend comes to you and says, "Honey, I'm pregnant," just fucking kill her. You're getting life in prison anyhow. Save yourself the trouble. Shove her down a flight of steps, something. Anyway, so I'm there. I'm ready to go. Vicky doesn't show up. Magistrate is like, "Okay, so last time we figured this out, you were on unemployment." And I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Okay, now you're making this much money." I was like, "Yes." So, of course, I am now making more than twice as much as I was the last time we figured this out. So I was like, okay. And she's like, now, because your ex-wife isn't here, and we don't have numbers for her. We'll have to use her income from 3 years ago. And I was like, wait, what? So if I would have just stayed home, you would have just used my unemployment figures? And I was like, so what do we do to get her here? Well, we can't actually compel her to appear. I was like, well, you can sure as fuck compel me to appear.
Yeah, no shit.
She's like,
Those compels you.
she's like, so what you can do, and she was like, I think
Shove this up your ass.
she was like kind of trying to work with me because I think she was put off about Vicky not being there. And she's like,
I'm
well,
sad.
you can request discovery. I was like, okay, how does that work? Well, she would have to provide, her pay stubs and her financial statements, but you would have to request that. We can't do that. I was like, so I just have to ask her to give it to me? Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yeah, okay. So what are my other options? Like, more in the realm of shit that's likely to occur.
More in the realm of reality.
So, basically, there wasn't much. And she's like, okay, and we're going through the numbers. And she's like, okay, now how much, now are you paying for their health care? And I was like, no, they get that. She takes care of that. And she's like, okay, yeah, here I see. Now, is this through her employer? Is this private? I was like, I have no idea. All I know is they're covered. Okay, because it says she's paying this much. Is that true? I was like, again,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Okay, well, we have to.
Looking at you with disgust, like, fucking guy shows up wasting my time.
I know, and
I
she's
don't
like,
know.
and I'm like, so we get through that whole thing, and she's like, yeah, I really hate, having to charge you for that because we don't know if she still has it, if she's paying this much. I was like, yeah, that kind of sucks. I agree with you. So what's our plan? So she figures out her shit, and yes, from going to supporting 2 children to supporting 1 child, my child support is going to go up a little over $100 a month. Yeah. So I was like, well, what?
Wait, you're down 1 kid, and your child support's going to actually increase?
Yes.
That's not,
Yeah.
dude. That's
Yes.
not the word.
Right.
Right. So, and she's like, and I was like, see, like, who do I talk to? Because I don't really buy the whole fact that she's been with her employer for 3 years, and you don't have to factor in that she should have gotten some kind of raise by now. So, basically, I got a continuance. The magistrate was cool. She's like, okay, the other thing you can do is, right now this is the number. I can send her a strongly worded letter, really encouraging her to appear.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you can demonstrate that a lesser amount would be in the child's best interest. And I was like, okay, how do I demonstrate that giving my child less money is in her best interest? And she's like, well, if you could show that, like, hey, if you increase this, I won't be able to keep the lights on at my house.
Right.
So I'm going back with, like, my budget, and I'm looking into maybe getting her switched to my insurance, because I know Vicky's fucking me on that, because as some of our longtime listeners may recall, I spent something like 2 years paying for half of the daycare that they didn't go to. So that was Monday. That was court on Monday. After that, I went and got my car done, got some oil change, and said, screw it. Got my oil changed, my tires, got the detailing done, and I was like, I am going to the bar for lunch. So I went to see my good friends at the Winking Lizard for lunch.
You came back, you were fired.
And that's when the child services was there, and she was like, "Is this supposed to help your children?"
I was like, yes, it is, because this way I won't go home and beat them.
Phone comes down.
So I knocked some beers off my tour, had a nice little lunch, had like a burger, a whiskey sour, and like 7 or 8 beers. So I'm coming up on like 70 beers for the tour stop, by the way. Let's see what else I do this week. I worked a bunch. Did some bar scouting with Susie got to find a bar for the birthday party this year. This Saturday, hung out at my buddy Warren's house out in Stowe, like a housewarming / hang out in the backyard and drink and play cornhole and ladder ball and sit around the bonfire, and that was cool. To give you an idea of some of the, I don't know, the cast of characters I hang out with, my one buddy who had gotten there early, he was like fairly drunk, and he's like, I can't believe none of these fuckers play chess. And I was like, I'll kick your ass at chess. So then we decided to play chess for beer bongs. I was like, loser does a beer bong. And we got to that point where it's like, I think it's a stalemate. I think we need to both do a beer bong. So yeah, we're playing drunk chess. Then today I want to say happy birthday to my good friend Barbie, who hopefully will be replacing that other Mac girl who we don't talk about anymore because women are lying whores and bitches, except for Barbie. What else? Oh, finally got Susie to listen to the show. She's now a big fan. She was very excited to hear Alexa on the show last week because she's my Croatian friend, and she's like, I want to come on the show and kill him because Serbians are dogs. So we could maybe do like a Patreon pay-per-view or something. And, Candy Crush Saga. Almost forgot Candy Crush Saga. We completed episodes 112 and 113. We are currently on level 1,693. And I think I am done.
No, literally.
Come on.
Done with Candy Crush or just done talking about yourself?
No, I'm Candy Crush is the only thing that gives me a sense of accomplishment in my life other than drinking a lot of beers at the Winking Lizard. I'll never be done with Candy Crush Saga.
All right.
Like, even Lord of the Rings I get kind of tired of because I show up and, like, somehow somebody else has completely fucking munchkined the game and just makes me look stupid, and I'm like, I hate this game again.
So two things. So I got a Wii, 3DS XL Plus, X1 Ultra Super Rocket. I don't know. There's too many things now. I don't even know what they're called. It's the new 3DS XL 1, 2, 3, 5.
That one.
It's just bigger than the other one, right? And it's got the little nubby on it so you can look around. It's like a camera control stick.
It's a nubby.
That's what my girlfriend calls my penis.
Yeah.
The little nubby.
The nubster. And that's fine. The only problem with it is that inexplicably it does not come with a charger anymore. So when you get it and you unwrap it, you can't actually use it because Nintendo's dumb.
That's what she says about his nubby.
And I mentioned this before on the website, the Facebook page about this, but it would be kind of okay if it had a micro USB charge, because everybody's got a micro USB charger, or a cable, because they've bought some kind of electronic gadget in the past 5 years that has a micro USB plug on it. But no, Nintendo has to have a proprietary plug, so you have to buy their charger if you don't have one. Now, of course I have one, because I own things from Nintendo, but I can only imagine how many parents go out and buy one of those things for their kids, and the kids don't have one, and then they're like, whoa, what, I gotta get a charger for it? And it does say on the box that it doesn't come with a charger, but it's in like the tiniest lettering. Like, I'm only 44, and I can't read tiny lettering very well, so I can only imagine older parents.
Yeah, it has been getting smaller and smaller, because even on iTunes, I'm like trying to read, whatever the fuck they've got, like it was a movie review, and I'm like, okay, number one, it's gray on white, and number two, I need a jeweler's glass.
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, it's okay. It's just bigger, and so it's good because you can see things that it's bigger. But it's not, and it doesn't like the 3D it's using like that technology where the camera knows where your head is, so it positions the 3D where depending on which way you're looking. I guess that's fine. Nobody uses that 3D for anything, though. It's just a gimmick. I just turn it off because I don't need it for any reason. Yeah. So anyway, that, and then I got the Android. Was it the NVIDIA Shield for TV? That's pretty good. I have a Razer Forge Android TV, and this is a lot better. The Forge feels half baked. Like they don't have all of the apps and the features, and they're relying mostly on a combination of the Android TV apps that are out there that are generic, and they bought the Ouya library, but not all of it, and so it has all of that on there. And I point this out that it's not that great on the Forge because because of credits that they've given me, I have like $75 in game credit to buy like titles in their game store, and I went through all of it, and I can't find any that I want to buy.
Right.
And so I've literally packed the thing up, and it's in a box, and it's just going to sit there. And I have $75 in credit, and I have no interest in any of those games. So the Forge, I don't know. Maybe they'll come out with something and be like, look, we've improved it. We got all these games for it now. But I think that is just riding the wave of we hope other people do something, and then it just works on our console. Where the NVIDIA one, it has most of the movie apps that you would want on it, which is cool. It offers them all in 4K if you have an HDR. So if you have a 4K TV, then it's ready to go right out of the box, which is good for future-proofing it. And it has two things. It has a store where you can buy stuff for Tegra games, specific to Tegra processors, which the Forge doesn't use. And then it has the NVIDIA Zone where you can like stream games off of their network. But oddly, you have to pay a $7 a month fee to keep the service, and then you still have to pay for the games, which are like full price games, to stream them over the net. And they don't stream over Steam or anything. So I'm like, this is dumb. No one's going to use this. All these games came out last year. It's not good. And so, but one thing you can do is if you have an NVIDIA graphics card of, fairly recent revision, you can stream games in your house, just like Steam Link. But the difference being that Steam Link requires Steam, and this requires anything that you have. So if you're playing an Electronic Arts game like Battlefield, you can use it to stream games. I, of course, have AMD cards, so it's not of any value to me. It's just one more thing that goes in the collection. But it's hooked up right now because, it's there. It's got some stuff. So, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Did I do anything else this week? I don't really have anything else to talk about. So let's do some news. Actually, let's do some email, because last week we didn't do email. Let's do email first, and then if we somehow get through the email, then we'll do the news. Because,
if we somehow get through it, you never know. Somebody kicking the fucking door.
yeah,
Who are you?
There's a fair bit of emails, actually.
Yeah, because Brian's never accidentally left the show. Oh my god, no.
Oh my god, what's...
Oh my god, no.
I thought I was gonna have a complete shit fit when I was trying to get my computer on, because I got everything goes to this, the TV screen when it comes on. Everything's the view is all askew, so I have to reset the screen for everything to like line up. And finally, God knows how long the batteries have been in this thing, but they finally died.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, this one's from Antonio. And he writes in to King Diamond Larry at VideoGameNews.com. It says, hello, Don and crew. Any funny, memorable, sad 4th of July stories?
No.
No.
Oh, but I've got some kick-ass Arbor Day, Columbus Day stories.
Larry's got something. Larry's got something.
4th of July? Not really.
Such a sad time of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I know people enjoy it. I can talk about taking my kids out to Cindy's dad's house on the lake and being together as a family and seeing the fireworks and watching our children play together and dream of the future that we'll never get to share together. I can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm with Larry. Any 4th of July I had to spend with my ex-wife.
I just remember that my ex would always drag us over to that one in Fairview And half the time, I'm like trying to explain. I'm like, look, man, I got to work tomorrow. It's like, well, this is for our kids, so you have to be there. I'm like, no, I really don't, because I have to get up in the morning and drive a truck. You know, she used to do that too, where we go like Geauga Lake. I never forget. You know, she would want to make it all that night. She wants to make it an all-nighter. You know, and I'm like, look, man, you know, maybe if we hadn't come here on Sunday, then I would be able to stay up later. But you know, it's Sunday, and I have to be up for work. You know, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's 7 p.m. You know, so let's get the fuck out. Because at least I want to stay. I'm like, look, you 2-year-old, we got to go. Fuck's wrong with you?
I remember when we were kids, like riding around on our bikes, shooting Roman candles at each other and stuff. That was fun. But like, you know, mount them on our handlebars like fucking Stinger missiles and shit.
Nice.
I don't have anything.
Kevin,
I barely registered Independence Day on my radar most of the time. It happens, and
Kevin's a communist.
it's just, you know, I don't know. It's not that fucking exciting.
Speaking of communists who don't want to celebrate our nation's independence, it's been 40 years, Brian. How the hell do you not have your citizenship sorted out yet?
Look, man, I know that they want to make an example out of me, because when Trump takes office and starts throwing fucking people out, I'm the white guy. All right? That's what I'm the go-to.
It's not racist. We're throwing Brian out, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Along with all the
my
Mexicans.
poster will be on the wall, holding my hands up in fury, you know, pathetic fury as I'm being exiled to Canada.
It requires Brian to A, give a shit. B,
No, it's not
to
gonna happen.
actually go and fill out paperwork, and C, to go drive somewhere and put up with
Canadian
people.
lives matter, man.
These three things have to come together, and they probably never will. So
Never.
he's never
Look,
going
I'm still not sure how the hell you were allowed to be in the military.
Oh, because I actually am a naturalized citizen.
Because they'll take anybody.
I used to have the paperwork. I mentioned that. And then at some point, you know, of me being who I am, which is, you know, a complete chowderhead, forgetting shit all the fucking time, I lost my paperwork, along with my birth certificate, of course. And, so yeah. So that sucked.
Gotcha.
So I had to renew it. And, of course, had I done this before 9/11, they probably just would have shit it out, and that would have been the end of it. But no. Post 9/11, as every year has gone by, they've discovered new reasons why they don't have to do shit. You know, they're like, no, we're gonna panic, and we're gonna create new paperwork and new rules and new laws. And I keep thinking, you know who's challenging them? Who's actually challenging them? Lawyers. It's not like people fucking show up like going, aha, we caught another infidel trying to break. No, it's lawyers. Lawyers are constantly just like, you know, we're gonna find some other excuse to sue the government. You know.
Just think. I'm just waiting for
lawyer
the
lives
day.
don't matter.
I'm waiting for the day the guys in the trench coats come to your place and just deport you. It'd be great.
Just trip over half the shit I got laying around.
Get a phone call from you in Toronto.
No, you'll get a phone call from Jody saying that they just took your brother somewhere.
She wouldn't call me. She wouldn't. That would
Well,
never.
you'll see
happen.
it on Facebook feed.
Yeah.
Kevin get a hold of me, even though
She would be talking to you. She'd be like, "What'd you do? What'd you do wrong?" I didn't do
there
anything.
would
They
be
just
no
kicked
me.
me
I'd be
out.
gone.
They kicked me out of the country. Well, you must have done something.
Yeah. No matter what. I mean, yeah. You think that's not? I'm not thinking that. It's like, nah, I'm screwed.
Actually, they wouldn't even deport him to Toronto. They would just deport him to Mexico. Look, we got all these people going to Mexico. We ain't sending one fucking plane to take this dude. Just throw him in the boat with them other guys.
Just tell him he's going to Canada when he gets there.
Yeah.
He won't know.
He's Canadian. He probably doesn't even know which country that is.
It'll be at the worst time. It'll be like when Canadians have turned around and hate Americans, and they're just burning us. They're just tying us to trees and burning us across the border.
They've become savages.
Yeah, just
They
massive,
start
like,
eating people. So
Nothing worse than the Canadian savages.
Yeah.
you savages.
Lord of the Flies up there and shit.
just in a
Oh.
line on your
Drinking on the
knees,
coffee table without coasters.
waiting for the guillotine, waiting for your turn at the guillotine. All right.
I fuck this speech up. I have but one life to give a shit, and I don't. Fuck you.
Other Ian writes to me at videogamenews.com. He says, "Hi guys, Other Ian here. I wanted to know if you guys have been sucked into the Pokemon Go craze that swept the nation this week, I've been seeing so many people playing everywhere, even little old ladies are trying to catch them all. Anyways, all praise to Star Force, the true defender, Ian. I'll just start and say that I have always heard about video game fads that have gone on, but this one's for real. Because I was walking into Mark's on like Wednesday or something, and there were two old people behind me. One was talking to the other one about playing Pokemon Go as I was walking in. And I thought that was strange. And then when I was doing my normal walk around the block...
quiet around you, like, shh.
No, but when I was doing my walk around the block, there were two kids standing in front of somebody's driveway playing Pokemon Go. And that's in just this week, you know, not to mention all the Facebook mania that's going on. But I mean, these are just like real world examples of me just bumping into people that are playing that game. So it's legit. It's going on. But no, I'm not. We've talked about this at the top of the show. No, not playing. I have nothing against it. It's probably fun. I just don't have time. Too many games. I can't be wandering around the streets.
I'm tired of reading it. You know, as soon as the game came out, people were going out having fun. All of a sudden, you just got like all these dicks.
I'm waiting.
The country's falling apart, and you're out there trying to catch a match. It's like, dude, calm the fuck down. You know, I'm not playing it, but for fuck's sake, who cares? People are having a good time. No!
Oh, you're not allowed to have fun. No fun.
No!
No fun.
Every time a new game comes out, we step back. Or what do they say in fucking Picard to get that big speech? I forgot. Every time they attack, we fall back. We're not falling back. It was great.
Well, it's like that Hearthstone. Everybody was talking about Hearthstone.
Hearthstone's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that was like the thing. Like, but you went out. And you normal people on the street weren't talking about Hearthstone. Now it's like
it's an old game. That's why.
No, but I mean, even when it was new and hot, and that was the thing. I'm just saying, you didn't. I mean, I didn't see kids on the street playing Hearthstone. That's what I'm saying. I know it wasn't an outside game; it was an inside game and all that. But you know, there weren't two old people talking about it in line. If you went to an old person, it was like, "Have you heard of Hearthstone?" I'd be like, "What?" No.
I'm waiting for the whole thing to go tragically, horribly wrong.
No, you're hoping.
Well, yeah, hoping too, because a friend of mine, you know, he did get into it for a little bit, like long enough to check it out and decide, no, because he's like, so I was like going down my street looking for these things, and I'm looking and like there were like two of them like in my neighbor's backyard, and it's like I'm not going into somebody's backyard looking for a fucking Pokemon because I'll get shot. And I guess another buddy of mine was saying a couple kids did almost get shot because I don't know how they determine where these things spawn or show up or how that shit works, but they were like
Pikachu.
But they were like wandering the fence line at like the Perry nuclear power plant where they don't really like you wandering around very much.
Yeah.
And like they like almost got themselves sniped looking for a fucking Pokemon. So I'm like, yeah, maybe someone needs to rethink this, maybe.
Why?
I don't know. Because I'm a nice guy and I care about my fellow man, and I don't think anybody should be shot and murdered other than me.
Well, maybe people shouldn't just shoot people walking around looking at their cell phone. That might be a good idea.
If you're walking, dude, if you're walking around in my backyard in the middle of the night
with a cell phone,
I'll fucking shoot your ass.
Staring at us, you're gonna shoot up somebody.
Boom, gone.
The guy with the ski mask doesn't mean anything.
Dude,
the guy with the cell phone.
Yeah.
People walk around your backyard all the time, Larry. You live in an apartment building.
Well, yeah. I mean, but like back when I lived in a house, like if I ever bought a house again, I'm putting fucking mines in the backyard. Because fuck that.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't shoot anybody. You'd probably be like, why are you doing this in my backyard?
Let the dogs out.
Jesus Christ.
Dogs out in my backyard.
Liam writes and says, hi guys, quick question. Out of all the hosts, who would you help hide a body, and who would you tell to fuck off and call the police on them?
Help anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these
I
guys
might call the police on Larry just because.
I don't think any of these guys would help me hide a body.
That might actually help him. So
Especially if there was a reward. They wouldn't help me at all. They would be like,
I would
No way.
absolutely help every person here hide a body.
you would, yeah, but then you would rat us out when the $10,000 reward.
That wasn't the
comes
question, Kevin. The question was who would help hide the body. And this way I could be like, well, why do you think he murdered them? Well, because I helped him hide the body, so I could find out where he was sticking it.
right.
on. Okay.
But I would absolutely help hide the body.
Yeah.
It depends on what time of year it is. 'Cause if it's like now, fuck you, I ain't helping you at all.
Yeah, because if it's the middle of winter, that's the best time to do it.
Ain't the fucking high heaven.
No, like I would do it now. We would just have to wait till nighttime when it cooled off. I ain't going out in the winter if I have to take a pickaxe and like chop through the fucking permafrost.
Right.
Screw that.
You need a front end. You need a ditch digger.
Yeah.
Dipstick.
Ditch digger.
There's a dipstick.
This is from Tom. He writes to Larry married Nancy Drew at videogamenews.com.
Nice.
Says, hey, Don and crew. I love the end of the last show. I think Larry had either finally lost his mind or had been taking too many meds when he started thanking everyone who'd ever been on the show. Although I think he did miss one out.
Everyone.
Wasn't there some
That's
guy called Red from the
boring people,
forums who
man.
used to
Jesus.
call in? Or am I thinking of some other show? No, yeah, Red, absolutely.
Red from the forums.
Big Dog was on the show, and there was that Lucas kid with the really high voice would call into the
Yeah.
show.
That was fucking great.
Yeah, you just listen to any of the greatest hits. You can hear all kinds of people. Mr. Cow used to call into the show.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there's this guy Jedi.
Mr. Cow.
Jedi used to call him. He used to be part of the VGN community.
You don't like us. anymore.
He's not allowed to listen to us anymore.
Once I
Why's
punched him.
that? What do we do?
His dad was like, Jedi,
He flogs himself.
no more show for you.
He got tired of flogging himself after every episode. Larry
gonna do it
talking
anyway.
about his coworker was funny too. I thought over there in the USA, you guys could just fire anyone whenever. Peace, Tom. Technically, you can, but
Yeah. Legally, you can.
see, the thing is it's about unemployment. So if they build a case against you, then you can't claim unemployment because then they can say that they rightfully fired you. But if you can prove that they wrongfully fired you or whatever, then you can collect unemployment. And that hurts the employer's unemployment insurance because it goes up and then they got to pay more. So in a company like Larry's, they are concerned about that because they probably let a fair number of people go all the time. So they probably have a process that they follow to make sure that the firing is legitimate and backed up with records so they can win that case if it comes
Instead
up.
of just paying you.
Yeah, when you got a few million employees potentially,
Yeah.
you want to keep that unemployment number down as much as possible.
Right. And if you're a small company or a fast food place, because fuck it there, they'll just fire you whenever they want.
Right.
They don't care. They're like, you're fired.
Totally.
This one's from Eric, and he writes to Does It Tickle at videogamenews.com. This is Kevin. I totally agree with you and the gang. Making a video game accurately into a movie would be an absolute disaster. Let's take my current game, The Witcher 3. 30% of the movie would be looking at maps. 25% would be walking, riding a horse. 20% would be talking to shopkeepers. 12% would be dialogue story. 8% would be combat. 3% would be playing cards. 2% would be crafting. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but I don't think so. Thanks again. You're right. You're on the button.
I'm not arguing. I love the game too, but it's like, goddamn, man, there's a lot of that shit.
They're making the card game into a standalone. Gwent. This one's from our good friend Antonio, and he writes into Larry's Woes at videogamenews.com. He says, hello, Don and crew. So whatever happened to Larry's child support woes? Well, we just found that out. Did he actually have to pay double for his other child? Curious to know, peace. When is your, how old is your youngest, Larry?
She will be 16 next month.
So we got at least a little
2
over
years.
2 more years
Yeah.
of Larry's woes.
Whoa.
Unlike Joe's woes that have been on Facebook a lot this week.
Oh yeah.
How his life, he's not going to exist in 12 years or something, and
Yeah.
something about his parents
You know.
treating him badly as a child or something. I don't know.
Well, we've all had that. Come on.
This one's
How
from
about
Anaka, and he writes to aimyourdicks at videogamenews.com.
All right.
And he said, well. If Brain was to be possessed by the ghost of G.G. Allen and Larry channeled Glenn Danzig, who would win in a fight?
G.G. Allen.
Or
Totally.
would Adam defeat them
Man who
both
feels
with
no
his
pain.
Muppet power?
Yeah, like that. I mean, that wouldn't even be a fight.
Are we talking? Wait, what generation Danzig are we talking about?
It doesn't matter. Danzig's a puss.
Kevin,
Well, not when he first fucking came out. He was pretty hardcore, and then he got fucking full of himself. And then he said the ultimate fucking mistake. You never say, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah,
'Cause he found out
that's
who he
never
was.
going to go well.
Ever. I just
Because somebody will be more than happy to explain to you exactly who you are.
yeah.
it says, Kevin, can you please tell us the story of the black guy at your school with a briefcase? Thanks.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. Apparently, there were 2 black guys at my school when I went to school that were in our grade. There was Steve and there was Reggie.
There was Darnold.
Was there a Darnold?
Yeah, but he was on.
I remember you mentioned
it so often.
It was maybe a Polaris kid. And
No, literally, he would only show up every so often.
We didn't really have a lot of black people living in.
there used to be Eugene
North
Jones,
Olmsted
but
back
he vanished. He moved away.
He used to come to your house, though, your apartment.
Steve used to come to my place because he lived in Jamestown. He was a cool guy. He took a briefcase to school, and then he would come over to my house and he would smoke crack in my bathroom sometimes. I don't know if it was actually crack. That's what people said when they came over. They said, dude, your bathroom smells like somebody's been smoking crack in it. And I said, I don't know. I think that was Steve because he was just here. He was at least smoking weed in it, which is fine. I didn't care. I didn't care about anything back then.
As opposed to what now?
I have white friends that smoke weed too. It's not a big surprise. Yeah. He tried to buy the Nova from Dad, but Dad wouldn't let him buy it.
Who?
'Cause the Nova, your old car,
Oh, no,
the
I
Cancer
got
Mobile. But Dad said it wasn't safe, so he didn't feel right giving it to him.
No, but he sold
So
fucking.
that you have
He
it.
sold Cease's one car that did work pretty well, and then I asked him like, dude, because I was married, and we didn't even have a car. The guy's like, you wouldn't want it. And I'm like, dude, kind of yeah, could use it,
Mobile?
Well, no. I mean, the Nova, he just junked. And then he had the Citation, which
I got for him.
which the wheel froze up and locked up, and he junked that too.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, yeah, listen,
I told the
we
story about
had
when
the
you almost drove a car,
shittiest
right?
cars as when we were growing. I mean, it was amazing we got anywhere. Most of the time, we did walk everywhere we had to go.
Yeah, I rode a bike.
Because our
Just next to
dad's
school.
vehicle was never in good shape. It was anytime there was a repair, it was repaired by these guys up at the corner that were like the duct tape masters. You know what I mean? Like whatever the repair was, it was a coat hanger and duct tape and an old beer can or something to get it going. It was a sad scene. That's just how it was. Yeah, but Steve was a good guy. I don't know whatever happened to him.
Got eaten by his briefcase.
I don't see him on Facebook or anything, but I ran into him at Drug Mart a few years after graduation. He was glad to see me. I was glad to see him. He was a good guy.
I was telling my daughter today how we used to walk everywhere because we were walking down the strip at the mall. And I'm like, you don't even understand. Like, we used to walk up and down and up and down, back and forth. She's like, no, you didn't.
Oh, totally.
I'm like, yeah, we totally
Dude, I
did.
rode my bike so much, it was like I felt like I was like a Cossack or something.
Dude, when I had to work late at Wendy's, I would leave the school, walk all the way effing home,
Right.
hang out at home for like an hour or two, and then walk all the way back up to Wendy's. I wouldn't do that today. I'd be like, fuck that!
Yeah,
Oh, you have a stroke, dude. On your
quit.
body.
like my
It's
first
bullshit.
job, was I was living in Berea, and I worked at the Heinen's in Middleburg Heights. So yeah, after school, I would walk to Middleburg Heights, and after work, walk home. And I think about it now, like I can't even conceive of making that walk now, because yeah, I wouldn't make it halfway there on the first leg, and I'd be dead. I'm like, how the fuck did I actually walk that fucking far?
We were younger.
When we were young, we used to cut behind people's houses and hop the fence. I wouldn't do that
But
today.
you could back then without having to worry about somebody fucking trying to kill you.
Yeah, today it would, being an adult too, walking in, it'd be bad.
Yeah.
I'd walk around like a Pokemon.
Yeah. I'll shoot your ass.
They would probably think something's wrong with your parents if you walked home from school today. Like they'd think child abuse or something if you were like,
Yeah,
I'm going to walk home.
no doubt.
So, is there something wrong at home that you want to tell me about? No, I just
Like, why are you walking home?
can't you take the bus? Well, the bus costs money to take the bus. Well, we'll have a discussion with your father.
We'll talk to your parents.
Yeah, we'll see what
Oh,
we
God,
can do.
yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't like how the bus drops me off at the corner. Can it drop me off at my place? Yeah, we'll make sure that happens. We don't want, in fact, the bus driver will escort you inside.
Yeah. Oh my god, I hate those. Like, okay, the school bus was one thing, but when did we start that thing where there aren't bus stops and they pick you up at your house?
Yeah, I know. I've
When
talked
did
about
that
so many
start?
times.
That is so friggin' annoying. Because like if
And then they take a really long time. Then the parent goes and talks to the bus driver just long
Right.
if you're going to honk your horn.
and of course that's the parent who pulls their car to the end of the driveway so they can sit and wait with the kid.
In winter, I get that. In summer, that's just fucking weak.
I don't know if any
I
little
literally
kids
did
walk
have to
school.
walk a mile and a half to school when I was that age because, like, a mile and a half was the cutoff to get the bus,
Yeah.
and I couldn't take it, but the people 2 houses down could. So it was like 2 houses short of a mile and a half.
I liked walking to elementary school because
100%.
because it was the only time when it was adult free in my life. Was
Yeah,
between leaving
I'll take
for
out the
school
garbage.
and getting
Yeah,
to
I
school. Like I had that 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever of just nobody fucking leaning on me about something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, elementary school was great because that was like 4 blocks, and yeah, it was cool because you get to hang out, talking to your friends while you walk to school, and it wasn't like far enough that you get all tired. And
Mine was a lot
Well,
farther.
if
than
you got
4
tired, you were
blocks.
fucked. I mean, you were just, you would
Still-
be killed and eaten by something because
Yeah.
nothing's going to save you.
Okay, that's it for the show. We'll be back next week with more. And stay frosty. See
peace
ya.
out, everybody.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Later.
Peace.
All right, thanks, guys.
Catch you.
Yep.